on. So where's Zach spamming the Rift Kataz and the Rift Blushes. How you doing today, buddy? Thank you very much, by the way, to Jason Ace, who came in for Twitch Prime sub during that last game. Again, sorry, the start of today is just a bit hectic, so sorry it took so long to say hello to you, dude. But welcome to the Wardy family, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. Appreciate the subscription. We're only 6 subs away from hitting 250 subscribers again, which is awesome. So thank you very much for that. Thank you very much indeed for being our first subscriber of the day. And yeah, 6 subs away from 250, so pushing forwards. We're making it, guys, we're making it. Top right-hand side, our Blue Pro Loss player from Team Liquid. Give it up if you're cheering on MaNa. As he goes up against the Red Terran to the bottom left, it exceeds Clem. So, game 1 of another best of 2. As we do see the Nexus coming up nice and quickly here from MaNa. Gate Nexus Core will be the build. A little bit different from Clem, not the Reaper Expand, which you might usually expect to see. Instead, just a fast Marine coming through, as that CC will be thrown down. Alright, give me a quick moment here, guys. I'm just sorting something on the other side of things. Again, after the first couple matches here, everything will start to generally go a little bit more smoothly as that Marine does grab the probe kill there. Just an early probe going down. It's a concussive shell opening from Clem, so that's why he bypassed the Reaper. You can see this concussive shell's coming up. The concussive shell is very good for kind of catching a Unit 2 being aggressive on the other side of the map early. But at the same time, obviously, you want to be a little bit cautious in other ways too, because, you know, as the pros, you can see the Terran player pushing across the map with this. In general, this leads into a strong push of bio in the later stages, and that's why we're seeing the 2 extra barracks coming down, and that's very much so an expectation at this point. Stargate coming up as well here from MaNa, so we're starting to see his first tech choice of the game. So that's already been established, and there we go, exactly as we said, concussive shells will catch this Adept. It will not be able to run away, it will just get taken down almost instantly here. So, yeah, nice little pick off, nicely done there. Alright, so yeah, the Adept falls, we're going to be seeing those couple of Marauders and a Marine just continue head on over towards the upper right-hand side of the map. Again, at this stage, there's not really a lot that can punish these, but the Oracle is definitely one of the things that can, and this is going to be popping very shortly. Then again, I mean, if the Oracle is busy spending time taking down a Marauder or two, and it does take a while, it eats up a lot of its energy, and it will keep the Oracle at home, stopping it from actually being used aggressively on the other side. These Marauders are probably just going to dive and try and get a couple of workers. Target find was not completely correct all the way there, and so one worker goes down. Again, 2 Marauders lost. But this Oracle stays at home, which essentially keeps even more workers for Clem alive. Puts him into a bit of a better spot while turrets come up now. He gets into his extra barracks, his extra bio production. Marines and Marauders gather, and he will need to focus on Marine production here for a couple of moments, though. The last thing he wants is to have an Oracle or 2 showing up along with some Adepts, and then just not having any anti-air at all to really push this back. I'm somewhat surprised we haven't seen just yet the bunker being placed at the front. There's a Death Shade again. Again, the concussive shells is nice, but you need to be able to get rid of this Oracle. It's just the first Oracle at the moment, so it's taking a lot of damage, and it will get pushed away. Only a few Marines left over, though, and that Oracle, it can just come back in. A second Oracle shows up, too, and Clem just isn't really going to have units to really deal with this. I guess he has the turrets and the mineral lines, so I guess the Oracle won't do much more once the Adept is killed off here. The Adept will indeed go down as well. There's Marines running for the mineral line. Oh no, MaNa! A moment or two of, well, indecision or a bad decision. He will take some hits on the Oracle, and that will be pushed away. It's interesting, because in a way, Clem's just traded out army. You know, he's traded those first few bio units for, you know, the Oracles. Well, for the Adepts, the Oracle's still alive. Just kind of happy with this, I guess, because he knows he's going to rebuild a lot anyway with his triple barracks. MaNa going into Resonating Glaive is going to be playing a very gateway heavy force anyways as well, though, so I don't think trading out such a bad thing for MaNa either. Resources lost is actually a little bit favored for MaNa. Wasn't great for Clem, but I wouldn't say it's completely game over. He will have a force to work with. He will have an army still pushing through. Some Marines moving onto the map. Now this is scary. Triple Oracle has been made. Triple Oracle nowadays, very good because it will one-shot Marines, it will one-shot SCVs. And that's why those Marines, they really do have to think about going home, because they will just die so quickly to the Oracle if there's not enough of them. At home, you know, they can fall back to their turret, reinforcements keep showing up, it becomes a bit of a different situation. But on the map, they are just sitting targets, just waiting to be attacked, really, a lot of the time. And +1 attack starting on the forges. We do see a warping of Adepts here, 6 Adepts coming through. And they're just going to start moving in towards the front. A pylon coming in just next to this Nexus as well. Means that we have 3 bases here in total, as we do see again that +1 just being chrono boosted. MaNa's follow up obviously with the Adepts of Glaives. His next stage is usually going to be Blink Stalkers from this and play kind of in a Stalker Adept army. I mean, right now just pure Adepts. Usually they're backed up at least by Phoenix, but that's not the case here. It's just Adepts and Oracles. Well, pushing forwards. They definitely have the ability to take down a lot of units quick, especially once they get +1, they 2-shot the Marines. That becomes a very, very interesting situation. As we see these Adepts coming down towards the bottom left-hand side. Well, pushing across, Clem is maybe looking for a little bit of a base trading situation. A few Adepts warped in over here. Clem is actually going to pull back, so decides that the base trade sort of scenario will maybe not be the best for him. And those Bioforces already stimming from quite a distance away. Well, the Adepts have already used their shades though, so they're not going to get on top of the army. Depots will raise stasis wards though. Oh no, Clem! That's not what he needed right here. He saw them coming up as well, so this was something he didn't need to dive into, yet he did anyways. And now he doesn't have the anti-air to get rid of the Oracles, so the Marauders just keep dying. He finally lifts up into the medevac, which obviously does help a lot, but now the Adepts jump in towards the mineral line. Another stasis ward or 2 being built. Oh my god! It goes off and he catches SCVs and Bio alike. That stasis ward is huge from MaNa. What a timing on it to go off on all of those units popping out of stasis. I think it went off on the SCVs, and because they weren't in stasis before, it recaptured these units as well. Clem's just having a bit of a disaster at the moment. These units are about to come out, but there's not really enough to back them up here, or is there? Well, let's see. SCVs are pulled in to join the fight. Obviously, he's just not been mining at all for all of this time, though. He has an armor upgrade alongside, but it's not really helping, especially as these units stim. As we see the Adepts trying to go back further towards this side. Well, Clem will clean this army up, so if there's one thing Clem has on his side, he has dealt a lot of damage to his opponent's army, but MaNa's sitting on the 3rd Nexus with 64 probes. The economy is absolutely not an issue here for MaNa, and he can just rebuild so quickly that I'm not even sure if it matters at all. He's just going to warp in more Adepts and get them ready to go again, get ready to push at the front. Again, it's a long map to move across. We're going to see Clem is going to try and drop into the main. The issue is nowadays, of course, when you play against the Protoss, if you find them in this base trade scenario, they'll have a recall on their side, and a recall here from MaNa just instantly brings these Adepts back home and into the main base, ready to help out. And there it is, the recall comes down. Only 8 workers lost. Well, let's see what these Adepts can do. I think it should just be enough. Wouldn't mind here, we'll get 1 Adept in the front line, and I think Clem just has to lift up and get out of there. But again, he lost so many workers at home. 1 or 2 Adepts were left behind to keep working their way through SCVs and to block this CC from landing again. Clem's going to try and come back down to the low ground, but so far, not looking to have much luck at all. A little bit of a lag spike there, guys. Sorry, not sure who was lagging, but it is MaNa to take the first game of this series. See what's going to happen as we have to the top left-hand side of the map. Up a game, of course, in this 2-game series. Our blue Protoss player is Team Liquid's MaNa. And to the top right-hand side, the red Terran player from XED Sports is Clem. Do let us know what's up in the chat today, guys. Let us know if you're cheering on anyone in particular when it comes to today's matches as well. We want to hear from you guys. Who are you cheering on? Who are you supporting? Who do you want to see doing well today as we go through this group? Again, it's 10 best of 2s. This is our second of the 10. So, 20 maps of StarCraft 2. So, after this, we're what, 20% of the way through into this? Well, Clem's just going to start up with a nice, fast proxied barracks. But MaNa's already walled off in this position, so that's going to help him a little bit, of course. And as we do just see, Obviously MaNa is scouting as well, so he will get across here to see what's going on. It's a fairly large map, by the way. It takes a little while to get one from one side to the other. And in case you haven't been here the last couple of days already, well, A, where have you been? And B, meet Bubbles. Bubbles is a friendly neighborhood, 8-eyed, tentacled creature that lives on the top of Year Zero. And he likes to watch the medevacts flying by in the sky, high-five the overlords, tickle the warp prisms from beneath. He's a funny guy, Bubbles, and he likes to play some games. Now, as SCV stays on this side of the map, is Clem going to drop the factory here as well? And that's the big question. No, he will not. Okay, so it isn't going to be a proxy 1-1-1. It's just going to be the proxy barracks. But with the SCV still here, not going home, something else will be proxied. Otherwise, it doesn't really make sense to keep it. And if Tech Lab already building on the racks, may very well suggest that we're just going to be seeing some cloaked Banshee proxy. The Starport almost definitely going to be dropping there when the opportunity arises. That barracks builds the Tech Lab, probably lifts up and heads home. As the Reaper comes in, starts to deal just a little bit of damage at the moment. Remember, every map is worth a point here today, so if Clem wins this, that's 1 point on the board for him and 1 point on the board for MaNa. And that will be, you know, most points obviously make it through to the group stages to the playoff stage of the tournament. Similarly, they're just building up here on the side of this main base. Reaper will loop around. You see this Nexus is just continuing to build on up here. So Nexus is going to finish in a moment or two. And that Concussive Shell upgrade on the Marauder coming up also. Cyclone on the way out from Clem is going to be heading over to the left-hand side to, well, keep up the attack. And interesting, I really thought this was going to be a proxy starport, but the Concussive Shell Marauder, I mean, it would have been very close to have a starport, very risky. And it's going to get very aggressive, obviously, because as a Cyclone arrives and these Marauders can slow down units, there's some real kills just waiting to happen. If MaNa doesn't get a shield battery soon, I really will start to worry. Now, the Stargate will obviously award some sort of, you know, options, some opportunities. And Stargate will finish up, and the Phoenix starting to come on out already, as we do see just a couple of Marauders getting ready to go again. The shield batteries just now started to build. Actually, we see SCVs being pulled with this, so here come the boys. Zell in the front actually being very annoying, causing these Marauders to take quite a bit of damage so far. Here are the SCVs. The Cyclone is arriving now as well. It's a Phoenix initially, which is huge because it can just lift up the Cyclone, immediately take it out of the equation. Another Marauder about to show up, though. Cyclone was being repaired, actually, and is going to just go down in the end, and now the shield battery's up. Clem is running up a ramp into a situation I just don't think he can win. And we are going to be seeing MaNa able to clean this up, so able to clean that up. That's a GG. MaNa is going to grab game number 2 of this